everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Prepping by Faith. Today I wanted to talk to you about just prepping to the best of your abilities because we all have skills. I know we come on here a lot and preach at you to become masters in every skill. We talk heavily about skill building, everything from hunting to fishing to building fires, gardening, cooking, medical. The list is endless and it can seem daunting. First of all, I want you all to know that I am never going to tell you I am well versed in everything because that just isn't true. For me, I know that I have my critical thinking skills down pat and much of my food-related prep figured out. But there are plenty of areas that I need to develop skills, and I am working on those, especially in the area of survival. So I really just wanted to encourage you all to do the best you can and understand that it is okay if you are still learning and growing. We are all learning and growing in some area of our lives. The reason I don't have many of those basic skills like hunting and fishing and camping is because I didn't grow up in an environment that fostered that. There were plenty of people that had those skills in my mother's family that all lived in Michigan, but I didn't grow up there. My father was in a more technical area, and so he was never hands-on with those sorts of things. As many of you know, my dad joined the Navy, so I was born in Spain. I moved around every 2 to 3 years growing up. We lived in Maine, Michigan, Guam, Scotland, Oklahoma, and then once he retired, we made our way out to Colorado. While that didn't give me a lot of those core skills that I could have gotten had I lived in a more rural area, it did give me other skills that I consider very valuable. It gave me insight and exposure to different people in different parts of the world, different cultures. It forced me to know what it's like to constantly have to start over, to make new friends, and then to be prepared to let those friendships go again. It built up that resiliency in me and that I knew I had the strength to start over and begin again. I learned to develop people skills and I learned how to read people. I was able to figure out who people were fairly quickly and if something was off. It enabled me to be very compassionate also where people are concerned and to empathize with them when they went through difficult challenges. The point of this video is to let you know that it's okay if you don't have every skill out there. Just know that there are other skills you do have that can be very valuable to the community as well. The one skill you need to have above all of the others is the willingness to learn. Never be afraid to push yourself and learn new things. Never feel like you can't do something because someone told you you can't. Never feel like you aren't good enough or you aren't smart enough to try that new thing. Those are lies from the devil, and we all have gifts and talents. That is something I'm very adamant about. There are no failures, just lessons learned that you can grow from. Our experiences shape us, mold us, and help us to become better, stronger, more capable people. I don't care if you're 10 or 110, you can always learn something new. Now, your physical abilities might be different at those ages, but as long as you have your mind and your will, there is nothing stopping you. We all have to overcome that fear that others are judging us or looking down on us. Most of the time, the people that are judging us the most are ourselves, not everyone else. There are no wrong questions. It's very easy to feel intimidated when you are just stepping out into something new. Trust me, this is something I'm battling now, but I won't let fear get in my way. You can either let fear paralyze you or you can use it to propel you forward. And what I mean by that is this. Fear causes that fight or flight response, that adrenaline rush that clouds your thinking. But once you recognize what that feels like, you can start channeling it to your advantage. When you start feeling that way, take some slow, steady, deep breaths and start giving yourself words of affirmation. Don't agree with the negative thinking. Start speaking positive words out loud. One of the things that I do is start quoting scriptures and what God says about me. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his way. Psalm 37:23. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah 41:10. We have to learn to rein in our reactions so that we can overcome the obstacles in our way. Once you visualize the worst possible outcome, you can usually convince yourself that the benefits far outweigh the risks. You'll never truly know how great you could be at something until you step out there and try it. So many of us hamper our abilities because we don't have enough self-confidence to embrace that change and make it happen. We allow our fears and doubts to stop us, to stun our growth, and to cause us to become a smaller version of ourselves than what God intended. Remember, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. He who is in you is greater than he who is in the world. 1 John 4:4. I choose to believe that God has great and wonderful wonderful plans for each of us, but it is up to us to step out by faith and make those things a reality. We can get in our own way if we don't push out the negative thinking and realize who we can be. So really, I wanted to put this out there to encourage you that you can do anything you put your mind to. Don't feel discouraged because you don't have every skill yet. Realize that you still have time and the ability to learn, and nothing is impossible. It's only impossible if we believe it is. We have to get in the right mindset to face challenging circumstances, and I think that is going to be key to the issues we are facing going forward. Don't let fear paralyze you or overwhelm you, and remember that you can be your greatest advocate or your biggest roadblock. If you've learned something from this video today, please like, share, and subscribe, and remember to pray, prep, and put God first. God bless.